One, two, three, four. Almost the weekend and you don't know what to do. Or you just need something fun to listen to. Southside Pod. Yes, we're on the air. And with gangs all here, all things on the South Side. Thanks for tuning in to the Southside Pod.
Sitting down here at the 9-foot homemade oak bar, I have a theater group. I love when we get this in. We have a troupe here. Rocco's been here before, so he's going to be the pro that's going to kind of lead me through what's going on. But Oak Lawn Theater Group, it's at the Erica Heilmann Theatre. I know where that is along 111th Street. You guys are doing 42nd Street. Rocco, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You're directing this one.
Yeah.
The last time you were down here, what was that one that we talked about? It was Guys and Dolls?
Guys and Dolls.
And you were
Nathan Detroit.
There you go. Now you're not on the stage.
I'm on the other side.
You're directing other people.
Yeah.
What is the difference between that, like, for you? What do you like more?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think I'll direct a while, and then I'm like, I want to act in some things, and then I'll act in some things, and then I'm like, now I want to go back to the other side. So it's kind of like I kind of go back and forth. I like directing because I like the control of it, but I love the acting because I like losing control and, get to play more. When you're an actor, you get to play on the stage. Where you're a director, you have to think of everything that happens on there, not just what the actors are doing, but what the set's doing, what the costumes are going to look like, what the lighting's going to be, all that stuff.
So introduce these folks to me. Because they're actors in this.
Yes.
And so they have to listen to your direction.
Yes.
And then you leave and they go, he doesn't know what he's doing. Like they give you a hard time behind your back. Introduce these folks to everybody.
This is Alicia and Scott. Alicia plays Dorothy Brock and Scott plays Julian Marsh in the show.
Okay. I don't know the show.
Yeah.
Like I knew Guys and Dolls. I've heard of 42nd Street. It's probably something that like somebody tried to show me when I was younger and I ignored. Yeah. So I mean, it's honestly like I want to say there was a movie of it too, right?
Oh yeah.
There was a movie, right?
Yeah.
So this would be something like my grandmother would have tried to get me to watch.
Yeah.
And I would have not paid any attention to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your characters, guys.
So, do you want to go first? Because you're sort of the...
No, you go first. You're
Scott was here first. We were all waiting on you.
Sure, I'll go first.
So we're going to let him get the mic first.
So Julian Marsh is kind of the director of the production, the director of the show that 42nd Street is staged in. So the idea of 42nd Street is that they're putting on a show called Pretty Lady, which is this big premiere of a musical, and it's right after the Great Depression. So Julian Marsh is a relatively nice guy, but definitely knows that he's talented, and he is, putting on this big show to hopefully put him back on top of this whole like Broadway musical theater market. And he kind of runs the show, directs it. It's interesting because the show is very dance heavy in a beautiful way. And my part just kind of comes on, yells at someone or interjects and then leaves. And then there's more dancing and beautiful singing. And then I come on and do that. But that's, he kind of, I wouldn't say drives the plot, but kind of connects the plot. Connects the pieces of all the different characters. And the star of his show, ultimately at the beginning of the show, is Dorothy Brock, which Alicia will tell you about.
So, and this is interesting. It's a show within a show. I always find these kind of plays, these performances really interesting shows within a show. Because I think that sometimes you get a guy like him who goes, okay, I'm going to slip in your style of directing. Like I always wonder whether or not the guy who's playing that role on stage sometimes gets a chance to rib his own director by throwing in something or a mannerism or something else like that. Because I always wonder like how much you probably take off of the fact you're getting direction and then you're going on stage and directing as an actor.
Right. But I would also say that like we're doing it. Rocco has a very specific vision of how he wants the show, which is different than the movie that probably bored you, so you should come and see it. My character isn't played like the common way it's normally done in the past, where he's like loud and obnoxious. He actually is a normal person, which is really cool. But I wouldn't say I think Rocco may give some of himself to us to do it, but he kind of lets us do our own version of it. So no, I mean, we're not screwing with him or anything like that, but he just kind of, he has like a vision of how we're going to do it. And then I'm playing the director kind of under the guise of his vision. That sounds very, very like dark and prophetic, but it's just, yeah. And I mean, he directs me and I do my job. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to do other shows, and he'd tell me not to do them anymore. So.
So then are you a performer inside of this play that's inside of a play?
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
So I come in, I have been hired to be the star of the show within a show. So my character is sort of the fading star. It's been quite a while since she's had a big hit, but she is, well, frankly, she's dating the guy who is backing the show. So that's how they insist to have her in the cast. But so she comes in, and it's an interesting experience. We do, I think the two of us sort of have a lot of interactions where we sort of, go head to head and spar with each other, and then there's a little bit of song, and then the amazing dancers come in and they have a lot of really, really great, really, really fun dance numbers, and then we come on and we sort of argue a little bit more. And
There's a lot of arguing.
There is, but it all works really well.
Yeah.
But
So a lot of music, a lot of dance in this. Okay, so somebody who is like me, who either doesn't recall or hasn't seen it. Family show, date night show, more adult, really involved, more just laughs. Like, how do you describe this for somebody who might be considering spending an evening with you guys?
Well, here's how. So it's definitely a family-friendly show. It's definitely a great date night show, but it's also a show that is very popular in the musical theater community, and a lot of people know the story. And so what we're doing, the vision of the show is to give everybody what they're expecting, but then give them a lot what they're not expecting from it. So I think, the show really lends itself, or at least how we're doing it, is going to please those who are expecting to expect the things that they expect from 42nd Street. And maybe some of those people that were on the fence about it, or younger generations, are going to come in and say, oh, there's an added layer to this. So the show usually is done as like this caricature of these tropes throughout theater. You have the diva, you have the, dictatorial director.
Do you pull from people that
stuff.
you know as performers? Like, have you come across a diva that you're like,
that's interesting.
She's playing me.
have you seen a diva before? And you're like, whoa, well, now that's who I'm playing. I'm playing a person who I've dealt with before.
Well, maybe not dealt personally.
Unless you're the
but
diva.
There are some
You're not the
moments
diva,
where
are
I
you?
Sort of. I mean, I don't think I am. I think I'm a pretty good team player. I try to be. But, I always sort of imagine, I'm trying to channel my inner Patti LuPone and bring that to the stage.
Patti LuPone is you.
No, I have
She's
no
a
idea.
diva. That's all you need to know.
No
She's
idea.
a
I'm
big
just
diva.
laughing
She's
along.
amazing, talented performer.
When are the performances? When can people check it out? Where do they go to get tickets?
They are the first 2 weekends of August, which is August
Second, third, fourth.
Second, third, fourth, and
9th, 10th, 11th. Yeah.
and then they can go to either the Oaklawn Theater Community Theater Facebook page, where there's an event on there that you can click on to go get your tickets. You can also go to the Park District page and go to the theater section, and there'll also be a link to get tickets and get them, because they're going.
Awesome. Who's singing for me today?
I believe that will be me.
Awesome. The non-diva will be featured now in a song. So I appreciate you guys coming by. I can't wait to hear what she's going to sing, and good luck. I know it's coming up. I know that it's so much preparation when you're putting something like this together, and I'm sure you're at the point where you just can't wait to get started with the actual performances.
We're excited.
We are. Yeah.
We're ready
Thanks
to get
for
on
helping
stage and
us
do it.
get the message out.
This portion of Southside Pod brought to you by Tom Walsh, your Edward Jones financial advisor. He's local, experienced, down to earth, and a friend of this show. He actually helps me with my money, and he takes care of bills as well. Get to know you approach and a do the right thing attitude. That's what you're going to get from Tom. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? You give him a call, 773-779-0023. Call somebody who is invested in your success and has been doing this for over 2 decades. Doesn't matter where you're at in life. Just starting out, getting to the end, somewhere in the middle. Stop in and see him on the corner of 111th and Kedzie. Tom Walsh, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
tonight. I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you. How can I live a day without you? I need your love to see me through. You're not here by my side. Maybe millions of people pass by, but they all disappear from view, 'cause I only have eyes for you.
It's the South Side! It's the South Side! It's the South Side Pod! Thanks for listening! Thanks for tuning in to the South Side Pod! Y'all come back now, you hear?